And no, good start. And we are live. Hello, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, happy time zones, wherever you might be. I'm Emma. Welcome back to the House of Hubris here on twitch.tv/SarahSent, and welcome back eventually to Slay the Princess. Just wanted to start off here for a couple of reasons and then get my headphone lead caught on everything. Just wanted to open with content warnings because this game needs them. Yeah, this is more of a horror game than it looks like to start with. A lot of existential horror, a lot of active body horror and gore. Probably other stuff. For more specific warnings, you can go to the Black Tabby Games site, or you can type !princess in chat for a link. Also, prepare for the lit crit to start early, because it's that kind of game. Yeah, this is very, very my thing. I will talk about dramaturgy and archetypes and the function of stories a lot, so be prepared, I guess. Also, I've started off on Face because I, didn't know how it was going to start because, we left off because, we went through a few routes. We treated the princess like a damsel, and she became just the absolute kind of idealized nothing of a damsel in distress. And then we treated her like she probably had some hidden weapon, and then she became nothing but hidden weapons. And we've sent both of those aspects to the void to rejoin the entity that they're avatars of. If none of this makes sense, go back and watch the first stream, I guess, because this would just be spoilers from the start, especially because we left off in the void, having just given it the knife queen, is how my brain is referring to her. So let's go to PC Capture, which has switched to windowed, and a weird resolution. Why is it doing that? Yeah. No idea. Okay, that's fun. Eh. Well, I'm sure it'll be fine. As we click play and see what happens. As we miss the play button because we know how to operate a mouse and also our hands. Please say Streamlabs is going to change the window it's capturing. Sure isn't. Why not? Clearly, this is what I get for trying to start stuff right. Yeah, so content one is, as it says, horror game. !princess in chat for more warnings. In fact, you know what? I'll put it in there now, just so it's there at the top. This is a love story. So yeah, okay, so it's not taking us straight back in there, but we did save in the void. God, this image to come back on. I love this picture so much. Yes, because we just asked her, why are you kind to us? And she's been like, you are the only other thing. Why wouldn't I be kind to you? Which it's not a tack a lot of humans would take, sadly. What do you want me to bring you next time?
Gifts aren't what someone tells you to bring them.
That's fair.
My joy is in seeing what you choose. There are no wrong answers, and every perspective illuminates my shadows and shares new secrets.
Good answer. So you don't have any preferences on how you'd like to grow?
My preference is for you to show me what you would like me to see.
Oh wait, if we had
I
this...
cannot know the ways I wish to grow, for I have yet to feel them.
I think we had this the last time we came to the void.
It is you who guides me down the thin trail of perspective and memory.
And also, yes, I will be skipping through dialogue that's repeated If I remember that it's been repeated. Because otherwise, we're waiting around a lot longer, I guess. Do you have any thoughts on this vessel? Other than it's made of sharp?
This one is sharp
Well, there
and
you go.
single-minded. She is cruelty, but she is also joy. She will make for an indomitable heart. Do not mourn her. She is exactly where she needs to be.
I like this. I don't want to hurt you, but the more times I go back, the worse I fear things will be.
The vessels are shaped by memories of you, but they are drawn to the edge of the long quiet. To them you are a gate to something more, and you are something more than that, too. But they are only thoughts and perspectives. They are not me.
That's interesting. So yeah, so if the princess at the start is just kind of pure potential, then but the aspects of this entity still exist kind of as concepts, and in that they are drawn to rejoin the whole, but we have to give them a vessel to actualize that through. I mean, it's possible I'm misreading a lot of this, but yeah.
The wounds they've suffered carve texture around my heart. Without them, I would be as I was before.
And we're back to Is This a Mountain Goats lyric? Love that sentence.
I would be alone and without sensation. I could not feel the joy of having you by my side, for I would not know your absence.
This is the thing, emotions always open you to their opposites. I'm not going to tell them that I'm going to kill them, because what? I don't think I am. And yeah, how many more is still going to be? More than we have, less than there are. Attack the entity, destroy your body. I'm deeply curious as to what this will do, but also worried that it will just, like, bleach out my save. Well, I've pressed worse ideas in my time. You raise your will to end your life, but as it buries into the space your body should be, you feel nothing at all. Stupid sexy Flanders. One of the many hands in front of you reaches forward and gently touches the side of your face.
There's nowhere for you to be but here.
Wow. I don't want to attack her. I'm ready to go.
I will long for your return, but it will give me time to reflect on what I am. We will meet again.
I am. Everything goes dark, and you die. Now, I know last time I said I was going to just
on a path. You're here.
Go along with it and just kill the princess and do exactly what the narrator says. But then I did question him once about whether she might have a concealed weapon, and that was what led to the razor route, I think. And if not, we can skip through and get to it. Yeah, cool.
You make your way up. We're not going to go through with it. Ignore him.
Okay. Will this still be the razor, or was that
The interior of the cat blade.
Question.
You take the blade from the table.
Knife time.
The door to the basement, her voice.
Who's there?
She sounds, don't let it fool. Good. You're still listening to reason.
Don't interact,
You walk
just
down the
go and
stairs.
kill.
And she's so coldly. Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
No words.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
Oh? No talking then? Fine. I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it. So, you should just drop it.
She's unarmed.
Yeah. I said, what if she isn't bluffing? No, Slay.
You lunge forward without a moment's hesitation. You feel flesh easily give way and look down to see your blade already sinking deep into her heart.
Well, that was easier than expected.
Oh,
Also, she didn't murder us.
this is it, isn't it? I'm almost embarrassed. I should have seen that coming. But I have to wonder, do you actually believe this was enough to kill me?
I mean, no.
It's like she's convinced she can't die. Yes, even as she lays there dying, she entirely believes herself to be alive and well.
I mean, that's a mood.
But it's over, isn't it?
Is it?
She stopped breathing moments ago, that arrogant look still plastered on her face. But is it over? Really over?
Don't ask these questions, because you'll actualize the possibility of them being correct. And I don't even have the option to say, of course not, that was too easy, or she has to have some kind of trick up her sleeve. Presumably because they would lead. Yeah, because when we were in the void last time, oh, I mean, they have a name. The space has a name, the Long Quiet. Talking to the void, I guess, is what I was calling them. Yeah, when we were talking to them last time, they were saying how, like, choices that would take them to aspects that they'd seen before would be kind of walled off. So presumably these would be razor root things. Yeah, it's
yes, exactly. It's over.
over. GG.
With your work done, you make your way back up the stairs, closing the door to the basement behind you. Why do I feel like we've done something terrible?
We've done many terrible things.
You did kill someone. Greater good or not, something would be very wrong with you if you didn't feel at least a little bad. But it was for the greater good. One of these days that will sink in and help ease your guilty conscience. But that day isn't today. Let's just get out of here. You open the cabin door, ready to return to a world saved from certain doom.
Hooray!
Only, a world saved from certain doom isn't what you find. Instead, what you find is nothing at all. Where a lush forest stood mere minutes ago, the only thing in front of you now is the vast emptiness of some place far away.
Because we're not making the princess into a vessel of use, so this story is getting paved.
What happened?
I just explained it, pay attention.
Everyone is fine. It's just that you and the cabin are now far away from them. Don't worry. You'll be safe here. This is good. Everyone is happy. You'll be happy.
Weird of the narrator to kind of still be here when we're looking at the Long Quiet, because usually that's when he leaves, and he's acknowledging it. That's let me out of here. Oh, okay. Or I was kind of hoping I'd get a better ending for saving the world. Yeah.
This isn't an ending. In fact, now that the princess has been slain, endings are a thing of the past. No. This is the beginning of eternity. Your reward.
Right, because if the princess gets out, she'll end the world because the story will progress. And progress always inevitably leads to an end. But stasis doesn't.
This is what's best for everyone.
Uh-huh.
Trust me. Time passes. You can't be sure if it's days, or months, or years, or even decades. It's all a wonderful, boring blur. You've never been happier.
We were informed.
Psst. Hey. We're not just going to stay here forever, right?
Ooh, there is more stuff here. Didn't you hear the narrator? I'm happy. We're happy.
Are we really happy? Or is he just telling us that we are?
I mean, he's the GM. Okay, maybe I'm not happy. And I'm not just saying that because you're the last person I talked to.
Good, because I have an idea to get us out of here. Though you're probably not going to like it.
Does it involve that knife and myself?
The blade.
Yep.
We can use the blade to get out of this. I can hear everything you say, little voice. There's only one thing it would want you to use that blade on, and I'm afraid that thing is you, dear hero.
Excuse me, I'm not the hero. The one whose byline says voice of the hero is the hero.
He's right. It's the only way out.
See?
Do you hear that? It wants to take this happiness away from you. It wants this wonderful place to end. Do you not? There's more for us to do, and the only way for us to do it is to take that blade and use it. Don't you dare.
So, yeah, I imagine all of the choices that are, I'm going to stick around in the void, are just going to kill the game like they did last time that happened. Wouldn't using the blade kill us? Wouldn't we just be dead?
How astute. You are absolutely correct. Using the blade to kill yourself would kill you, and you shouldn't do it.
I mean, kind of in the world as it stands, the narrator makes an excellent point. In the world where we know dying just sends us back into a altered time loop, you know.
In a sense, we die, but looking at things from another angle, are we even really alive anymore? This place, it's nothing. It's absolutely nothing. It's just the same thing, constantly, forever.
This is the finale of The Good Place.
I know this is out there, but trust me, I know using the blade will work. That little voice didn't want you to slay the princess. It didn't want you to be happy.
Are we happy? Better be right about this. I'll be pretty upset if we die. Not risking death over your weird hunt or anything to get out of this hell. I mean, this is just a Sartrean hell, isn't it?
Thank you. I made this happy little place for you. Is this not a good enough reward for saving the world? An eternity of bliss? You ingrate?
Very much depends how we define bliss.
Fine. Whatever. For the first time since time stopped meaning anything, you throw open the door to the basement and walk down the stairs. The princess's body is dust and bones, though the blade you used to slay her is still as pristine as the day you first held it.
Because it's the idea of knife, and people's platonic concept of knife doesn't involve it going dull or rusty. It is sharp because it is knife. Her body decomposes because dead bodies go to kind of turn to skeletons, and this is in our kind of conceptualization of them. But knife is just knife.
You pick up the blade, you stab yourself, and you die.
We pick up the blade with a really weird grip, but then I guess we do have weird giant chicken hands.
The end. Nice knowing you.
Was it? Chapter 2, The Spectre. Oh, I thought that would just be an end.
You're on a path in the woods.
Ooh.
And at the end of that, you're here to
I'm getting a terrible sense of deja vu.
A terrible sense of deja vu? No, you don't have that. This is
Really
the first time either of us have been here.
Oh yeah.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's bad. That's fine.
The cold.
It wasn't very hard to kill her last time. We'll just do it again.
Yeah, because, I mean, in the Razor ending, we were like getting all of our inner voices as we reached enlightenment. That was one of them. So we've got also got the broken, the stubborn, the contrarian. Probably others I've forgotten.
Well, if for whatever reason you're going to insist that this has happened before, at least your heart's in the right place.
Yeah, but no, this thing actually literally just happened.
It hasn't. Or if it has, I certainly haven't been a part.
Yeah, we've had this discussion.
Those are two very let's say
I just want to
for
see
a
what the
moment
code
that
has to say
you're
about
back
these.
here, I'm assuming. Oh, we listened to you plenty. We slew the princess just like you asked us to, and then you locked us away in an empty void for eternity. So we slew ourselves too.
Factually accurate.
Well, if you killed yourself, then you weren't listening to me. because I would never want you to do that. Believe it or not, I care about you.
Would never want us to do that because killing ourselves is, change.
And I believe your other question was something along the lines of, what do you mean?
Yeah,
Of course there weren't.
There.
Yes, but in this, had you failed to slay the... It doesn't matter, because we didn't fail to slay her. And if she's really back, which I doubt, it'll be just as easy to do it again. But after that nasty trick you pulled on us, maybe she's not the only one around here in need of slaying.
Mm.
Just stay focused, will you?
Hardly seems likely. Yeah, I want to see what the
Just
cold
be
has to
quick
say
about
about
it.
the princess. About the various things. Oh, no, this is new. I kind of think the world ended after I slew her. I tried to leave, everything was gone.
That's a good point. How do we know we didn't have things backwards? Maybe slaying the princess was what ended the world, not the other way round. Yes, maybe this whole thing was a trick to get us to end the world. And now we get to go through the whole charade again, wholly aware of what's waiting for us at the end. But that's assuming she's alive in that cabin. We did kill her, after all.
It's like... if, Who am I thinking of? Am I thinking of Dougal and the Magic Roundabout? No. I don't know. Okay, more accessible reference. The code is like if Eeyore had a knife.
You're going to find her in the cabin. If the princess had actually been slain, you wouldn't be here. And let me assure you, killing her will not end the world. I don't know what you think happened to you last time, but it's a load of nonsense. You'll get your happy ending. I promise.
Massive quote marks around happy and ending.
Well, that's exactly what we're afraid of. Really? Living happily ever after sounds that bad to you? Oh well, there's no use arguing over your masochism. The cabin awaits.
Make her own jokes. Last time around I just stabbed her and she died. How can somebody like that end the world?
She just can. You'll have to trust that what I'm saying is true.
Oh yeah. We looked in the basement.
Locked her in that.
People. Why couldn't other people slay her?
Oh,
We're
of
special.
course we're special.
Okay, that's frightening.
I've told you everything you need. This is boring. He's clearly not interested in talking. So let's just do as he says. And maybe he'll stop bothering us.
Seems unlikely.
Great. Now, if you don't...
Somebody called the narrator is very unlikely to stop bothering you.
A warning. She will lie. She won't be a problem. The interior of the cabin is cold, a soft odour of dirt permeating the air. Cobwebs flutter in the corners. You can hear wind whistling outside, banging the shutters against the windows. The only furniture of note is an elegant antique table with a pristine blade perched on the edge.
And again, we're in projecting the changes she has brought about in us onto her, so now that we're cold and not talking and just here for murder and also very definitely convinced she's dead, then of course this is going to be a ghost house.
The blade is your implement.
I know.
It feels like no one's been here for a long, long time. Like I've been saying, she's dead. We killed her already.
Is the mirror going to disappear if I try and look in it?
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door.
We've
What
had
are you
this
talking
discussion.
about? This is... You
Nope.
reach forward and rub your hand, but there was a... And now it's gone. Let's not spend much longer worrying over it. Clearly it's not even important enough to be acknowledged.
This is just the one guy in your roleplay group who's just like, when can we get to the fighting? I'm just here for the combat encounters. Anyway, this book cabin is different again.
Very different. Maybe that's because you haven't actually been... So focus.
Okay, yeah. Well, I guess we're in knife
You
mode.
take the blade from the table. The door to the basement groans open, revealing an old banister and a creaky wooden stairwell. Everything is coated in a thick layer of dust, and you can feel it settle into your lungs as you breathe in the stale air. The very building
Looks around my own
itself
room. Rude.
feels dead. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. The room below is silent. Nobody's here. Naturally. As much as I appreciate the optimism, you shouldn't be so sure. I guess we'll just have to go down and see. As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view. A skeletal body, lying in a heap on the floor, its wrist still bound to the wall by a thick chain.
Well, that was easy.
Okay. She's definitely dead.
I mean, I feel like it's not gonna stick.
It's just like I told you. Before you have a chance to finish your thought, the top of a head appears from
Ghost
underneath
princess.
the floor.
Princess? No.
Two deep-set eyes stare up at you, followed by a mischievous, skeletal grin.
Yes, this sure was illustrated by Abby Howard.
And finally, the rest of the body floats up to join the head. Wait, this isn't right. What's going on here?
And the ghost is still chained because it's an idea more than a physical chain.
Ghost!
In the words of Susie Izzard, ce n'est pas une émission de Scooby-Doo.
Oh. Wow. How absolutely terrifying. What's a ghost supposed to do to us?
The GM just like, look, I'm trying to inject some flavour into this.
Oh, it's you. Hiya, Keller. I was hoping to see you again. I have some issues with how our last meeting went.
Just submitting a performance review.
The princess drifts across the room into your orbit, gently running her fingers across your shoulders and down your neck as she circles you.
And I like how she's still got the chain and everything, but the chain just kind of tapers off because nobody ever thinks what they're anchored to. It's just like, it's chain. The idea is chain.
Her touch is cold and ethereal, formless yet real enough that her icy fingertips send shivers dancing across your skin.
I've definitely read this fic.
So she has a body, and she's right there. That means we could kill her again, if we wanted to.
And she's got the anime scar where we stabbed her. I think we're on continue to just slay mode.
Without a moment's hesitation, you lash out with
See
your
what
blade.
happens.
It's like you're slashing at air. No matter how many times you stab at her, no matter how many angles you strike from, all you manage to do is interrupt her form, the skin of your hand prickling with cold as it passes through, unable to find anything solid.
You couldn't have, like, provided us with a blade with ghost touch, cheap.
You're adorable when you're confused.
I know, I hear that a lot.
But I didn't say you could touch me.
Hello, Monster Princess.
Why are you even here? Just making sure you finish the job, or what?
I mean, basically. Slay the princess harder. I want to explore some of these. I mean, this might affect what route we're on, but God, the design structure of this game must be so dense. I died too, and I'm not floating around like you. What happened? Why am I different? Why are you different?
You don't look dead, Killer.
Yeah, that's my point.
The princess grabs your wrist, a sudden shock of cold flowing all the way up your arm, her eyes still fixed on yours as you try to squirm out of her grip.
And you don't feel dead either.
Yes, this is also my point.
She lets go and pulls away. Your fingertips tingle painfully as the chill subsides.
She is a very cute ghost princess, let's be real.
I'm less interested in why you are, or how you are, and a lot more interested in what you are. I've tried to leave on my own. Before you came back to me, I explored every inch of this place, even the spaces between the walls, but I never found a way out. I always wound up right back here. I just want to go home. I'm so cold and alone here.
Again, this comes back to what Void was saying about all their fragments being drawn to the Long Quiet. And I mean, to an extent, is that why they're chained up in the basement, to stop them rejoining this entity that wants to kind of shape everything and making it whole again?
But you can come and go as you please, can't you? So, let me hitch a ride.
I mean, I can't really come and go as I please.
After all, you own me.
Shouldn't have got actually jump scared by that, Emma. Come on.
Absolutely not. Is she asking if she can possess us? She is. And I hope I don't need to explain why you can't let that happen. It would be catastrophic if she managed to escape this place. And if you let her in, there is very little anyone could do to stop her.
Yeah, but counterpoint. Do you know whose stream you're on, and have you seen any of my other games?
Would she be able to see us if we went along with it? Now, isn't that an interesting thought? We could finally bring her face to face with him. I wonder what she would have to say to the one who wants her dead so badly.
Okay, I hadn't even thought of that, but Cole makes an excellent point.
You won't like how things play out if you go down this path.
Won't I? Sure.
The princess swings through the air in front of you,
No
pausing
questions.
for a brief moment as her dark-rimmed eyes stare deeply into yours. There's a hunger in her gaze.
Thanks for the body, killer.
What are
You're
you
welcome.
doing? Don't just let her in. How many times do I have to tell you?
See you soon.
She rushes forward and then she's gone. A sharp chill spreads across your body. It starts in your chest, a freezing numbness flowing out from your heart, all the way down your limbs, your mind growing cloudy and confused as it settles over your very soul.
This princess seems lovely. I mean, cute ghost princess is bothered about consent. What's not to love?
I'm not sure I like this. Can we get a do-over? I'm afraid it's too late to stop now. The numbness gives way to a stabbing pain, your
Gross
muscles
noises.
twitching and convulsing violently, each involuntary movement causing more waves of agony to ripple across your body. You collapse to the floor, and everything goes dark.
Get up. You've still got a job to do.
Your eyes flick back open as you get your bearings, your vision swimming as...
So this is what it's like to be you, huh? Disembodied voice narrating your every move?
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, that's just true in real life as well. That's my brain.
So, it doesn't work like that for you? Clearly it doesn't, or she wouldn't have commented on it.
So you're telling me this princess is neurotypical? Finally, a mark against her.
All these shards of broken glass on the floor? Are they also supposed to be you?
On the floor of the cabin or the floor of our consciousness?
Hey, I'm not a shard of broken
Yeah.
glass, I'm...
The latter.
Yeah? Go on. Finish the thought. What are you?
We are just a broken mirror.
I'm a voice?
Ah, accidental right clicks. On me is what I am.
Who cares what we are? We exist. That's all that matters.
Do you have to deal with this annoying bickering all the time?
Yeah, I really do.
No, it matters. What we are matters. If I'm a shard of broken glass, then that raises some questions about certain other voices in here too. I'm clearly the same thing you are.
Hopefully they'll all go away once we leave this place. I don't know how you can tolerate all of this noise.
Yeah, good point.
No, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about him. You don't need to know what I am. You just need to know that I'm different from you. More important.
Oh yeah.
So you're the one who pulled the strings and made me dead. I can tell you don't belong here. You're barely even there, like the shape of something left behind. You're more of a memory than a person.
You ever just hear a line and you're just like, I don't know where they're going with this, but my god, that's dense with foreshadowing for something.
That's rude.
You're kind of like me, actually.
I'm just going to ignore her. You push yourself off the ground. The princess is nowhere to be seen. Obviously, she's nowhere to be seen.
Saying the narrator's a lot like the princess, like in as much as the narrator is kind of an instantiation of our own will in this game world, because what we choose to do is what gets narrated. So to an extent, he's a player extension.
Because I'm in here with all of you. Everybody knows that.
I'm setting the stage. The room is empty because you made a spiteful, idiotic, and all-round foolish decision.
I would take issue with all of those characterizations, but hey.
Oh, shut up. Stop trying to manipulate everyone. Or don't, actually. It doesn't really matter. Because you won't be around to do this for much longer.
This is infuriating. Just whatever you do, you can't leave this place. It's not too late to fix this. Probably.
I want to see what happens. But also, I can't think straight. There's too much noise. Big mood.
Then don't think. Just move.
One way or another, this is all going to end. Wouldn't it be nice if he ends with it?
I guess we'll just have to see what happens when we leave. But if I'm stuck in here, I'll be making some renovations. It's too crowded.
Yep, let's go.
Your legs, weary with the weight of the princess's spectral form and clumsy with the cold that still pervades them, stumble towards the stairs.
Now we're a zombie chicken.
I'm just trying to get home. You don't have to act like it's the end of the world.
But that's exactly what you leaving this place is going to be.
And it'll be the end of this world because it won't be needed anymore.
You don't know that.
I do. Wait, if she has a home to go back to, doesn't that mean that her leaving won't end the world?
And here we come into how you define the world and how you define ending.
It doesn't mean that at all. It could mean that wherever her home is, it's outside of the world.
See, Carl gets it.
Yeah, but it has to be somewhere, doesn't it? And if it's somewhere, then it's part of the world.
Again, we're running into conflicting definitions.
I suppose it's all a matter of perspective. Where does the world end and something else begin? Does the destruction of one open a door to another? Or is it the same world reborn?
And, reset the minutes since Emma just wanted to go on a long ramble about Alan Moore's Promethea clock. Because, yeah, there's a lot about this and that of how, like, is ending the world a bad thing? Does it just mean fundamental change? What is the world rather than, say, the planet or the Earth? Is ending the world just like a massive paradigm shift in how everybody lives, and thus the world, which is the social and perceptual construct of everything, change, like, ends and a new one starts? And how, like, apocalypse just means raising the veil.
Against the backdrop of the inane conjecture of meaningless little voices, your body continues its ascent up the stairs, staggering through the open door.
I was about to be like, oh, they've moved the table. No, they haven't. This is just the other door, Emma, you idiot. I can talk about philosophy a lot, I just can't remember how spaces work.
For how much you hate her, you aren't doing a whole lot to stop us from leaving this place.
And we've established that you can.
It's because he can't stop me. Why do you think he sent you here?
I hate to admit it, but she's not wrong.
I mean, we've established already that you can do that.
It's just the weight of it all. It's too much for me to do anything other than describe and dictate. And whine.
That's what I said.
This body wasn't made to hold you and the princess. If you want to renege on your cataclysmically terrible decision a minute ago, well, you're the only one that can make that happen.
Nah, literally the only option I have is trudge, my mans.
You continue slowly to the door, your feet like lead dragging across the floorboards, growing heavier with each step.
Big mood.
Finally! Finally!
You lift your shaking hand and rest it on the door handle, but you pause before you open it, exhaustion sapping what's left of your will.
Yeah, I've very much been in this position.
Was exhaustion really the best you could muster up? It's
Me to my
over.
depression.
There's no use stalling. Let's see what happens next.
On quiet.
Shit. But exhaustion wasn't enough, was it? The
Hasn't
handle
been
clicks
yet.
as you twist it. And then the door groans open. Collapse to the ground. You and the princess, free from the confines of the cabin. As you exhale from the effort, you look up and see...
Well, there he goes.
Yes?
And yeah, here we are in the quiet.
Nothing. He's gone. And so is everything else.
So we did slay him after all. He had it coming, I suppose. But what about us? Are we just stuck here in nowhere forever? Did taking her out of the cabin really end the world?
Yes, because changing anything ends the world.
We're still here. Yeah, but that thing you said earlier, are we not part of the world anymore? Are we in some world that exists after the world ends, or on top of the other world but not in it, or have we never been part of the world?
Okay, too many questions with too many poorly defined postulates there, hero. Just pare it down.
Alright. Let's see if I'm stuck with you forever.
I mean, as soon as you leave this body, you will be reabsorbed into the void, but have fun. You feel a lightness in your chest as a pair of sunken eyes emerge from your body and stare up at you.
Guess I'm not. All's well that ends well, right? You lived up to your end of the bargain, so I'll live up to mine. Thanks.
Don't mention it.
I think this is where I'm meant to be.
Yup. And there it goes. Hands, 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 hands. You don't get the chance to respond, nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her?
She isn't her anymore.
And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
Because it's showing our personal growth. Oh. It's gonna be okay, just trust me. We've been here before and you always get scared. Yeah, very relatable. Shock as your resident ADHD streamer doesn't get on well with change.
But it feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything.
Everything ends. How it works.
You don't need to comfort him.
Shut up. Yeah, I think this is the most honest, and I don't like lying at this point. I mean, that's honest but not reassuring. That's reassuring but not honest. Just, yeah. See you on the other side. It's gonna be okay.
Okay. If you say so. We'll trust you.
I mean, that is, in the broad sense, a terrible idea, but hey.
Whatever makes you happy.
No, my brain was just about to start going into a song, and then I think I went with the wrong song and was doing If It Makes You Happy. Oh, Creep by Radiohead. There we go. Whatever you want. Mirror. You approach the mirror. Gaze. You approach the mirror and there's nothing but gaze. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave. You need to see what's in it. That's an interesting just the mirror always makes them leave there. And just how when you can't see yourself, there's 1,000 different versions of you could be, but as soon as you can, then it collapses it. Yeah, we are Schrodinger's chicken dragon. You've withered. We grew last time. Now we appear to be actively rotting? Question mark? But yes, very definitely a dragon. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. Let's go to the void cabin. You're at the cabin. Hello.
I am a growing chorus of contradiction.
Aren't we all?
A mass of tides ebbing and flowing all at once in more directions than my attention can bear to hold. To look at any one is to shift them all into something new, and to look away is to reshape them yet again.
Yep, that's what being sentient is.
All of me is changing, and yet the rest of me is still the same.
No, I won't say you can't be a contradiction, because we all are. This is interesting. How can you stand to be a contradiction? That's the question of life, isn't it?
As easily as you can stand to be you.
Yep.
You are like me, even if you have chosen not to look at the corners of you that do not fit. Even if you have chosen to ignore the brilliant contours of your soul.
This VA is excellent. And yeah, this is another thing I talk about a lot, how none of us are one thing and none of us are static. To be alive is to be a process, and is to be pulled in every direction at once. We just choose not to look at it a lot of the time. Doesn't matter how many times I go back, at least one of us always hurts the other. Doesn't that change you? Doesn't that make you worse?
It changes me, but it doesn't make me worse, nor does it make me care for you any less. Does it make you worse? Do you resent me?
Yeah, no, that just seems like far too accurate a read for me to not click it. If anything, it makes me like you more. I don't know what that says about me.
It says that your heart is gentle, that even in the darkness you are guided by compassion.
Is it? Is that what it says? What do you think of this vessel?
This one is vaporous.
Yeah.
She is a dream for a life she could never have. But that longing has given her so much capacity for kindness. She will make for an understanding heart. Do not mourn her. She will finally be able to hold what she never knew.
Do you know what happens to the worlds we leave behind? I can't remember if I've asked this before.
My perspectives are shadowed. You have seen what I have seen, just as I have seen what you have seen. The angles of my vantage do not offer me hidden truths, and my attention is turned inward, except when you are here with me.
Because once the story ends, there's no point in saying what would be happening in that world now, because nothing, because the story ended.
Perhaps this will change when our work is done.
Yeah. Figured out what you want when we're finished?
The desires of my multitude thrive in endless competition with themselves.
Big mood.
But none of them rise above their dance to influence me. I yearn for what I have always yearned for, our awakening. Other desires shrink in the light of knowing you and knowing me.
Uh-huh. You ever just make the obvious joke and then hate yourself? still not care what I bring you next?
I care about your gifts, but I have no preferences to burden you with. Even if I did, I would never dare to tarnish our relationship by assuming myself above you.
Alright. I think we go back.
I will be here when it is time for us to meet again.
I know. Everything goes dark. And you die. So what do we do in this next route? I mean, contrarian was one of the things. What if we just
You're on a path. You're
are a
here
dick
to...
and disagree with everything? I'm not doing this.
Are you serious? No, you have to do it.
Do I? Yeah, but can't someone else do it?
Unfortunately, you're the only one who can pull this off. I don't make the rules. I wish I did, but I don't.
Go to the cabin and I'll talk to her, and if she's as bad as you say, then maybe I'll slay her, but I'm not committing to anything.
Then I guess we'll just have to see what happens. But
we've
then
heard
each...
this.
So sure, go, talk to her. See how that you make your way up the shore. We're not going to go through with this, right? Ignore him.
Yeah.
The interior of the cabin, the blade is...
Oh, you want we should take the blade?
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a stair. Her voice soft.
Hello? Is someone
And
there?
because we didn't take the knife, then she's in damsel mode.
Is hypnotizing. Don't let it fool.
Lie.
Wait, really? You're here to rescue me? I was starting to think I'd be stuck down here forever.
I see. You're trying to get her to lower her guard. It's a gamble, but it might work.
No, I'm not. No, it wouldn't.
Come downstairs. I want to see the face of my rescuer.
You walk down the stairs and look
Yeah.
up. She's beautiful. I am begging you to...
Hi. I can't believe you're here. I hope you brought something to deal with these...
You were lying when you said you were here to rescue her, but regardless of your intentions, breaking her out of those chains would be a big mistake. Don't even try it.
Not so fast.
Okay.
Let's chatteroo. Wow, there's a lot of this. Nitpick. I'm the first person you've seen in a while. What have you been eating?
I don't see what that has to do with anything.
Well, I do.
This is the only time this is ever going to happen, but I agree with the princess. That's hardly relevant.
Is it?
Okay, but actually, what has she been eating? She has to eat, right?
What are you going to do if I let you out?
The princess hesitates. She doesn't know. She's been down here too long to have any idea of what she'd do in another life. She knows what she'd do. She's just searching for whatever answer she thinks you want to hear.
Are you looking for the truth, or are you looking for the right answer? Because with the dynamic we have going on here, I don't think the specifics of what I do really matter.
Wow, we are here for an argument.
It's not like you'd believe me.
I don't know you. For all I know, you're locked up here for a reason.
Of course I'm locked up down here for a reason.
Oh yeah, go on.
I don't actually know what that reason is, but you don't just stuff a princess in a basement and throw away the key without there being some sort of an explanation, right?
I mean, an explanation and a reason are different things.
You have all the explanation you need, and you should know better than to trust whatever she comes up with.
Who said I was trusting anything? Fine, what's your name?
Oh,
She pauses,
That's a pretty name.
carefully formulating her words before she responds.
you can address me as Your Royal Highness. Or you can just call me Princess if Your Royal Highness is too formal.
Is Princess her name or her title? What if it's both? Could you imagine being named Princess Princess?
Could you imagine if Prince had a daughter and called her Princess Princess? Because I could see that happen. So is Princess your name?
Like I said, you can call me Princess if you'd like.
Because you're not a person.
I'm sorry, I've been down here so long I guess I've just forgotten. I must have a name, though. Everyone has a name.
I mean, if you want a name, you can just make one. That's how it works.
Okay, that's weird. She hadn't even thought to pick a name for herself. Hopefully you're starting to see that she can't be trusted. Go back upstairs, get the blade, and slay her before it's too late.
Yeah. I was sent here to slay you. You're apparently supposed to end the world? But I'm still not sure what to believe.
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world, I think. I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here for so long.
That's... How long has she been locked away?
Did they tell you how I'm supposed to end the world?
No, they were vague on that particular aspect. Tell you what, we will get back to this conversation in a few minutes. I need to take a short break, run some ads, get a drink, all of the good stuff. Well, I don't know if we're running ads for good stuff per se, but anyway. Hey, do the self-care things. Get up, move around, have a drink, have a snack. Take your meds if you need to. This is your reminder. And go and... I don't know. Let yourself get possessed by a ghost, I guess, or don't. I'm not your mum. But whatever you do, leave the ads running while you do it, and I will be back in a few minutes with more of this. Love you all. See you in a few. And we're back. Hello again, good people. Why did I say it like that? Am I a 18th century town crier? Who can say? I was really hoping you'd tell me.
I don't know how to destroy the world, if that's what you're getting at.
Oh.
I believe her. She doesn't have to know how to destroy the world to be capable.
At the end of the day, whatever the two of us have going on, whoever sent you to slay me,
Yeah, we've
I
had
don't
this.
trust that. And I don't...
She has a point.
So this shouldn't be about what I'd do if I got out of here, or me saying the right thing to convince you to save me. This is about how messed up this whole situation is. This is
That's
my
fair.
life we're talking about.
That's fair.
Do you really think I can even end the world? Why would I even want to? We both know that if there's people we can't trust in this situation, it's whoever locked me down here, and it's whoever sent you here. And those two groups are probably one and the same.
I mean, I don't know if that's necessarily true, but...
Don't let her turn the tables here. This isn't about
Yeah. Keep you locked down here. Stay for a while and keep you company. Go get the knife. Go get the knife without talking. I won't kill you, but I can't just set you free. It's too risky. Sure. Or if I stay with you for a while and just keep you company, maybe then everyone can be happy.
That seems like a pretty good compromise.
The third option.
I don't think I could bear being down here that much longer.
Leaving her alive is too risky. If you don't deal with her soon, she will find a way out.
I mean, change always does.
So I'm the only one who liked that idea.
Apparently.
One way or another, I'm going to find a way out of here. It would make it easier for both of us if you'd help. But if you don't, I can promise that you'll regret that decision.
You have to make a choice. Let's hope for all our sakes it's the right one.
Retrieve the blade, examine the chains, lock her in the basement. Just take no action. Yes, let's... Again, we're poking buttons and seeing what happens, I guess.
I know you think this is some kind of fair compromise, but it isn't. No one wins here. It's a chance we'll have to take. We can make this work if we just stay here and keep watch. No one has to die.
Where are you
That's
going?
not going to end well.
You can't just leave me here.
You turn your back to the princess and make your way back to the stairs.
Fine. Turn your back on me. But it won't be long before I slip these chains. And once I'm out of here, there will be hell to pay for leaving me behind.
Interesting that she just hasn't got out of the chains immediately. Like, every other... thinking about it, every time she's got out of the chains by cutting her hand off or biting it off or any of that, it's after we've elected, or not elected, like, what's the word, decided to let her go. And there's a lot of talk about will as an implement in this, and we're the protagonist here, so if we don't even raise the possibility of the princess being free, then how could she possibly?
Slip these chains? She can't, right? She needed our help to get out of here.
Don't introduce doubt.
Do you hear the conviction in her voice? I don't think she's bluffing.
Doubt will lead to bad.
Either way, she dropped the mask, didn't she? You can still grab the blade and get back down here.
No.
You'll be the death of all of us, but fine. We'll do it your. You close the basement door, locking it behind you and quickly barricading it with the heavy wooden table that once held the blade.
Where's the blade now?
Okay. We can make this work.
Or because we rejected the concept of using blade, there is no blade.
You settle in against the far wall to watch the basement door.
Forever.
It isn't long before you start to drift off, your eyelids heavy with fatigue. But sleep doesn't come. Instead, your rest is broken by a piercing, wailing voice calling out to you from the other side of the door.
I know you're still there.
That's not piercing or wailing.
Make things easier on yourself and let me out.
Or is it? I don't know. That's a very crashy bit of audio that I don't particularly find pleasant, but that's probably the idea.
It's not like this little door will hold for very long anyways. Oh, it's probably a good idea to try to get back on my good side.
She sounds terrifying. Like she's less of the princess you saw and more like something out of a nightmare.
She's both because we're all both because we all have potential. That's the moral of this story.
As she violently rattles the door, you do your best to shut her out of your mind.
Oh hey, it's my teenage years.
When I get out of here, I'm going to pick you apart piece by piece. I won't forget what you did, and I'll never forgive it.
But if we don't entertain the possibility of you getting out, you probably won't.
You don't know the kind of enemy you've made tonight.
It doesn't sound like she's getting any weaker. No, it doesn't.
Yeah, let's not tell her she's a monster because then she will be a monster. Ignore her and go to sleep or threaten me all you want. All it does is ease my guilty conscience. I'm in the right here. No, just ignore her and go to sleep, see what happens.
Just ignore her. Maybe the banging and wailing will stop if you just don't pay attention to it. You put the princess's threats out of your mind as best you can and huddle up against the wall. You jolt awake in the middle of the night to silence in the cabin.
Okay, maybe that plan
ruckus
wasn't
has
great.
stopped, and the door to the basement is ajar, its lock broken, and the table shoved out of the way. Where is she?
Thanks for helping me get out of that awful basement.
Hello, Japanese horror movie princess.
You try and stumble to your feet, but as the princess draws near, it's as though your body simply stops working.
Yure him over here.
It isn't all at once. The paralysis comes in waves. First your toes go numb, and then your feet, and then your legs. You lie prone on the floor of the cabin, unable to do anything but witness her approach. Whose side are you on? Yours, of course.
Oh, yeah.
But I have a duty to uphold the truth. Lying about the facts of the situation doesn't change them.
I don't know, in this situation I feel like it probably would.
So helpless. I can take my time with you, can't I?
She steps closer, one silent footfall at a time, cocking her head in curiosity as you feel your organs shutting down one by one.
How would that work? Like, how could... I'm not directly aware of the function of many of my organs.
Or maybe
Hello.
I can't take my time with you. You don't look well. A little green around the gills.
I mean, you don't look great either. You keep disappearing.
What a shame. If you'd only help me get out of here, we could have done such wonderful things together.
I mean, no, we couldn't. This is factually untrue.
Your lungs stop drawing in breath, and your heart freezes in your chest. You have seconds left.
Give her the finger.
I'd say better luck next time. But we both know this is the end, don't we?
Do we?
It can't be. This can't actually be how everything ends.
Again, end is a complicated concept.
I'm sorry, but it is. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Chapter 2, The Nightmare. Oh, we are going to be going full horror game here, so hey,
You're on the
as
path
ever,
in
pay
the
attention to those
woods.
content warnings.
And at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement
But
of
will
that
it be as
cabin
gross as when we went with
is a
the razor?
princess. You're here to slay.
Yeah. No.
Oh, don't you start a grandstand if he doesn't remember what happened. Shh. What if he hears us?
Oh, we've got the paranoid now. Interesting.
That's a very good question. Shit. I think you'll find yourselves very hard-pressed to keep any secret. Those are two very... Let's
Okay.
say for... If you're back, we couldn't
No.
trust either of you. And as far as I'm concerned, we still can't.
Yeah. I just want to, again, hear
All we
the
did was
paranoid.
lock her away. And how'd that... No comment. Well then, congratulations. You've been given... And your solution is to send us back in there. Do you want us to slay the princess? Or do you want the princess to slay us? Obviously, I want you to slay her. One of you poses a threat to the world, and the other doesn't.
Because one of you represents the status quo.
Anyways, I believe you're... What do you mean?
Yeah, we've had-
Speak for yourself. From my perspective, there were plenty of consequences. I'm never going to forget the way she just made us stop working.
God, the dream.
And that's only scratching the surface. Do you think the people there lived? If she brought an end to everything and everyone, how are we supposed to stop her? What do you want from us? I want you to succeed. You'll find a way. You're the only one who can.
Because we're allegedly special. Do we have any more dialogue options in
Just be
here?
quick about it.
Yeah. Yeah, just being around her in the end shut down all my organs. The hell am I supposed to do about that?
Like I said, if she killed you, it was probably because you didn't listen to me.
Okay, we
Don't talk to her.
had that answer. To quote you from last time around, she's just a princess. How can you possibly justify saying that? She's clearly something worse.
She is just a princess.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever you think happened to you last time, just get it out of your head before you get to the cabin, and you'll be fine.
I guess this is like the conflicting roles of like royals and princesses in specific in fairy tales, because they represent power and authority, but they also represent weakness and needing to be saved. It's interesting. What don't you tell him?
I've told you everything you need. If you want us to stand a chance, not to sound like a broken record, but the less you know about, he isn't telling us everything he knows because he doesn't trust us, which means that we can't trust him. Stop talking yourself in neurotic circles.
Never.
Just get to the cabin already.
Excuse you, I will not stop talking to myself in neurotic circles. Why would I start now?
No, you should do anything but that. We know what's waiting for us in that basement.
Yeah, but if we don't go, then we just go into the long quiet and have to start from chapter 1 again. We locked her in the basement.
People locked her in.
Yeah. Why couldn't the people slay her? Are we special?
You can't just goad us into doing something by calling us special. It's manipulative.
Finally, somebody gets
Why are
it.
you trying to manipulate us? I don't know, I kinda like being special.
Yes, but that's because you are the concept of the hero.
Okay, fine. Maybe you can goad him into doing something, but he's not even the one who makes the decisions here. I'm not goading you into doing anything. You already know the princess is dangerous. All I'm trying to say is that you have to be the one to deal with her. I know it doesn't seem fair, but that's just the way it is. And for what it's worth, I know you have it in you to finish the job. We don't. You saw what happened to us last time. We need to leave.
I have it in me to finish the job. I don't know about any of y'all.
Great. Now, if you don't mind, the whole world is waiting with
You
bated
are
breath
parts
for you
and I
to
am the
save it
machine.
from ruin.
But what if we try and turn around and leave? Because I think we get like one thing where it goes back to the cabin, and we have to keep deciding to turn around if we want to end it.
You have already committed to my completion. You cannot go further astray.
Avoid just poking their head into the world like, come on, we agreed to this. Okay, fine.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat. I don't
Yes.
think lying and cheating is a thing. She was very direct with us last time. Or at least she was direct with us after we decided to lock her away. It doesn't matter. Don't trust anyone.
Proceed. Anyway, she never lies until we think about her lying.
The interior of the cabin is plain, the smooth wood of the walls almost featureless. The only furniture of note is a lone table, knocked on its side in the corner of the room. A pristine blade stands between you and the open, inviting basement doorway.
Oh, so it's still the cabin. I guess we interacted with this space more than we do in most runs.
The blade is your implement.
So you've told me.
What happened to the door? There was a door here last time. It's just an empty frame. She's already got out, hasn't she? And she's ready for us. She's been waiting. Can't you feel her eyes on us? I'm going to need all of you to pull yourselves together.
Again.
The princess has not
happened yet.
already gotten out.
Why would you think it
But if
would
you
now?
keep getting stuck in your head like this, you're going to struggle to get the job done. So deep breath in, deep breath out. Your task awaits, and only you can do it.
Because I am literally the one playing the game. Didn't say anything about the mirror.
You're right. I was so stuck on the eyes watching us that I didn't even notice it there.
Oh, Jesus, yeah, hello. I hadn't seen those in the windows. Hello, friends. Great, that's unnerving.
What are you two talking about? There isn't a mirror. There's a table, the blade sitting on the floor, and the open doorway leading to the basement. There's nothing else in here. There's definitely a mirror. There isn't. We have to look at it. Unless that's what he wants us to do. And pretending it isn't there is a trick to get us to do exactly what he wants.
Nailed it, question mark. I want to look at myself. I want to see how handsome I am.
We shouldn't waste time preening. If he is lying about the mirror, it might be important.
As ever, I'm not really going on any kind of specific routes. I'm just pressing buttons.
I'm not lying to you. Use your eyes. There is no mirror. Why would I lie about something so meaningless? What good would it even do? Maybe he's trying to keep us from looking because there's something horribly wrong with us.
I mean, that seems to be true, but there's something horribly wrong with all of us.
No, there isn't something horribly wrong with you. You look exactly how you're supposed to look. Now stop second-guessing my every word.
Yeah, we've got to keep trying the mirror, haven't we?
You walk up to the wall next to the empty basement
I'll see how
door.
handsome we are.
It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. This really isn't funny.
Oh, hey, no
Reach
mirror.
forward and rub your hand. Did he make it go away? Clearly there was something in there worth investigating if he wants it hidden so bad.
No, because the voice of the status quo in the established story doesn't want self-reflection. That might change things. We didn't have the knife last time and it worked out fine for us.
Oh, we should have taken the knife. I don't think going down there unarmed is going to do us any favours.
Probably not, but what is?
You cross over
Whoa.
the threshold and onto a series of isolated steps, suspended in darkness.
So we're just descending into the nightmare void. Got it.
More eyes, too. You never mention the eyes.
Oh, yeah. Yep. What are you going to do with these eyes in the dark?
The air seeping up from below reminds you of fresh lightning and static, as if you're descending into a place that isn't meant for a creature of flesh and blood. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favour.
I mean, that's assuming that she's a creature of flesh and blood, which seems less likely.
Her cruel and playful voice prances up the stairs.
That's a good choice of verb. I want a voice that prances.
I didn't think you'd come back. We're gonna have a lot of fun, you and I.
I get the feeling it might be more fun for one of us.
Okay, we need a game plan. Last time we were here, just being close to her was enough to kill us.
You don't need a plan. I'm just going to kill her. Mr. Narrator seems to think I can do it. Don't know why we're all being such pessimists. Just step off into the void between the stairs. No, that'll just take us back to the long quiet without delivering it a vessel, which... I'm going to talk to her.
Didn't you hear my warning a minute ago?
No,
She can't be trusted. Talking won't do you any good.
but if not talk, how argue?
Something tells me she isn't going to be very keen on talking anyway. You make your way to the
Nobody
bottom of the
is after I've
stairs.
talked enough.
As you emerge, you find yourself between two loose rows of white wooden planks suspended in nothingness. A smattering of cobblestones visible against the inky black of the basement mark where the floor should be, forming vague pathways. At what seems to be the end of the room, they diverge in opposite directions, left and right.
Also, we're surrounded by eyes. There you go, Paranoid. Are you happy?
She could be anywhere, and there's nowhere for us to hide. We're completely exposed. Are you really not going to comment on how weird this place is? No, I'm not. Somebody needs to be the voice of reason here, and it certainly isn't you. Excuse me, I'm being incredibly reasonable. You're the one who's just matter-of-factly describing whatever the hell we're looking at like it's an ordinary basement.
Hero's got a point.
We're going to die down here. I don't want to die again.
I mean, we are. Yes, but that keeps happening.
Please stop saying that. You're only going to make things worse. Just pick a direction and start moving.
I wouldn't give it too much thought if I were you. It doesn't really matter, because either way you go, I'm going to find you.
This must have been so much fun to record. Left, right, do nothing, back the way you came. What if we were simply to leave?
You turn back to the stairs, only to find that they aren't there.
Well, okay, it was a good try.
A faintly outlined path lies before you.
There you are.
Yep.
I told you I was going to find you.
Wow, you've got even worse.
As the princess approaches,
Oh,
your legs
No, that's
suddenly
cute.
go numb. Your arms quickly follow.
well,
This is it, isn't it?
It's almost like you want me to get you.
There has to be a way out of this. Think! Think! What did you do? Pull yourself together. She isn't supposed to be like this.
well. There it is.
I wonder how many times I'll get to play with you before you break.
Your vision cuts out as your blood begins to
Jeez.
coagulate. It's as if every part of your being is coming to a lurching halt. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves.
Hell yeah, I love Pigface. And if you get that joke, congratulations.
Your lungs pull in a desperate gulp of air as your eyes shoot back open. What are you doing? I'm working. Do you want this body to function, or do you want... And then experience stops once more as your body reapproaches death.
I thought that said as your body reproaches death. Just you see the Grim Reaper coming for you and just like, no. Just no. Alright? You need to go and think about this.
Okay, whatever you were doing, please just start doing it again.
Powering my body with fear.
Are you sure about that? Are you sure that's what you want, or do you want to interrupt me some more? You have seconds left. Yes, I'm sure. Heart, lungs. Again, your eyes shoot open as you gasp for breath. Lungs.
Just keeping that chanting underneath everything.
Can't decide what you want to do, can you?
Never.
Nerves.
Oh well, standing there gasping like a fish is more fun than dead. Even if you look ridiculous.
Lungs. She isn't attacking us. Nerves. Why? Heart. The why doesn't matter. She's already proven her ill intent. Don't lose sight of your mission. Liver. And how are we supposed to do that? We don't have a weapon. The way out of here is nowhere to be seen. That isn't my fault.
I mean, one of them isn't.
Doesn't matter whose fault it is because fighting her isn't an option right now.
I'm not convinced it ever was.
Then you should get looking, shouldn't you? Liver, nerves,
Wood next door.
lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves,
Remain with your nightmare.
lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves.
If you want us to work together, can you at least turn off this whole organ shutting down situation?
I am what I am. It's not my fault that you can't handle being around me.
Relatable.
Nerves, heart, lungs,
Why don't you finish me up?
liver.
Because I don't want to. And even if I did, I don't have to. Look at the way you're struggling to stay alive. It's taking everything you have to keep your heart pumping right now. And I'm enjoying the show.
The princess leans forward,
Hello.
bringing her masked lips close to your ear.
If I want to see you gone, all I need to do is break your concentration.
Heart, lungs, liver, nerves. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves. Heart, lungs.
All of these
liver,
other organs
nerves.
are largely optional.
She slowly runs her velvet glove across the base of your neck. It feels like static. And then... Shit, make her stop! Hey, snap out of it. Okay, deep breath, we're fine. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart. You're back. Lungs, liver, nerves.
One
heart,
moment,
lungs,
and
liver,
then you're
nerves,
gone.
heart,
Just
lungs, liver,
like
nerves,
that.
Heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart,
Ah,
lungs, liver,
and there's the
heart,
fear.
lungs, liver,
This is so cool.
lungs. She pulls away. Nerves, heart, lungs,
But
liver,
that wouldn't be very
nerves,
fun, now
heart,
would it?
lungs,
I've
liver,
already done
nerves,
that.
Yep.
heart, lungs, liver, nerves.
What happened after that?
Lungs,
I tried to leave while you suffocated, but that stupid cabin wouldn't let me. So I started to drag your body out with me, and then... Well, you died before I could get to the door. And then I was here, and now you're here too.
So yeah, she can't leave without me.
I don't think I can leave without you. And dead doesn't count. And as much as I love what we have going on, I have bigger plans than tormenting one poor little creature forever. I want to leave.
Liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves.
And if I let you out, what then? We just go our separate ways? Separate? I can speak English.
No, definitely not.
Yeah.
If you're what I need to leave this place, chances are you're pretty useful. I think I'll keep you right by my side. A little good luck charm to make sure I stay free. Don't worry.
It won't go
I'll make sure
great.
to take good care of you. I promise.
Nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves.
Why would I stick around? Being around you is literally agony and killing me.
Oh, we both know that you don't have a say here, so you should just look on the bright side.
Heart, lungs,
I'm not sure what the bright side is for you, but I'm positive you can find it if you look hard enough.
liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart,
But I will simply die then.
heart,
And then we'll wind up right back where we started. Round and round we'll go. I wonder what will be different next time. Maybe you'll actually be able to move a limb. Who knows? But I'm always going to win.
liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs,
You
liver,
sure about that? Giving it enough tries and I'm bound to win eventually, and maybe you don't get to come back like I do. I mean, I learned how to outfight you when you were literally made of blades before, so you know.
Is that a bet you're willing to take? Imagine climbing a mountain of lifetimes. And when you finally reach the summit, when you finally win, the only view you find is me.
heart, lungs, liver, nerves,
I've seen this episode of Doctor Who.
And then I push you. And you go tumbling all the way down those millions upon millions of battered and broken pieces of you that couldn't make the cut. What then? Would you have it in you to climb again? It sounds like a lot of effort for nothing. When instead we can just leave this place together, hand in hand.
heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs.
Leave me alive. Why did you threaten me on the stairs? Why didn't you try actually being nice?
I am being nice. You're alive, aren't you?
Yeah, she makes a solid point.
And you got afraid as soon as you saw me last time. I didn't think keeping you alive was an option.
I wasn't
So it
paranoid
looks like
enough.
that's not a problem anymore. At least not for me.
Liver, nerves,
You seem miserable.
nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs,
And what if I refuse? What happens then?
Then we're stuck down here together. Until you change your mind.
nerves, heart. Static, and a skipped beat as she touches your shoulder and whispers in your ear. No! Heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart,
Or until your heart finally gives out.
lungs, liver.
And then, when you die, I'll find myself somewhere new. And before too long, you'll be there too. That's how this all works, right? This doesn't end until you let me out.
Heart, lungs, liver, nerves,
No, or we kill you.
And a lot can happen before then. I'm
Like
sure I
properly.
can get creative.
lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver.
I mean, I can't just let you leave. I was sent here to start destroying the world.
I know. You told me last time.
You did.
Destroy is such an unenlightened way of putting it. So sudden, so violent, so little nuance.
Okay, this is getting to what I was saying already. It changes destruction.
I'm not going to destroy the world, but I am going to hold it in my hands and squeeze it.
Like an orange you're considering in the greengrocers.
I'm going to make it afraid, just like I've made you afraid. The world needs fear, doesn't it? Every terror I bring would make the good times so much better. Well, I'm practically doing a public good. So what harm is there really in letting me out?
I'm not sure that's how ethical philosophy works. You do to people what you've done to me, they will just die.
But everyone dies eventually.
Yeah.
They're all full of wet, writhing things, and in the end, each and every one of them gets unwound. And then those things get to become a new everybody. Just to come apart all over again.
I mean, sure, but when you put it like that,
All I want is to be there for it. I want to watch it happen. And maybe do a little unwinding myself. Is that really so much to ask?
what if I simply did a bunch of murder? We don't have to be enemies, we can work together.
I'm glad you're seeing things my way.
Or am I? Am I just pressing buttons because they're here? What if I just kill you instead?
Oh, that's adorable.
Yeah, I thought so.
You don't have anything that can hurt me. So do your worst.
Wait, does that mean you can die?
The princess cocks her head, neck cracking uncomfortably.
Nice.
She can't help but imagine a smile carve its way from ear to ear, the other side of her mask. Liver,
Of course I can die. I'm dying all the time, and so are you.
Yeah.
liver,
But we're both
That's not
still
great.
here, and you can't make me go away.
heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs.
I'm not going to take the option that is just
heart, lungs,
offensive.
heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver.
What if I simply remain here?
Lungs,
I'm not helping you leave, and I'm not going to try and kill you, so have fun.
You poor deluded thing. Do you think a single moment of bravery changes you into something you're not? I am what I am, and you're always going to be a coward.
Heart, lungs. She raises a hand to her mask and pulls it down. You don't get the chance to see what lies beneath before it envelops you. Like a creeping mold, the complete reality of your existence threads its way through your mind. Birth, death, birth again, decay and bloom, a million stitches from a million microscopic wounds you've inflicted on everyone you've ever met, with every muscle you've moved and every word you've ever spoken.
Yeah, I already have an anxiety disorder. What's your point?
No.
Let me out.
Your existence hurts them.
Let me out.
A lonely soul in a room by itself, weeping. It lives for 80 years and then it's gone. And then it's there again.
Let me out.
A reprieve. A good life. Love. Children. A steady career. Recognition from your peers. Here one moment, gone the next. The worms have found their orifices.
Yeah, this is how nature.
Let me out.
Look, we all want to escape from samsara, but here we are.
Diagnosis. It forgets everything it is. Anger, rage, distance, poverty. The lonely soul is lonely again. Love turns to mockery. It dies. It is reborn. Worse. Lonelier.
Woof.
Let me out.
No. What's happening to us?
Let me out.
This is all too much. I can't keep going.
I think this is the mortifying ordeal of being known, right here.
You can't keep going? Well, what are you talking about?
But he doesn't respond. Hi, I'm your secondary narrator, here for when the main narrator runs away to another reality.
Oops, I think I broke you. I'll see you soon. You'll know what to do.
I mean, the broken was one of the voices we could get, so... Your body is dead. But you live on. Ah. All the chapters to come. The moment of clarity.
You're on a path in the... Shit! What the hell was that? Who are we? What are we doing? There was a princess, I think.
There he is.
It's all so fuzzy. It hurts when I try to remember. You shouldn't know about the princess. At least, not until I... You've already been here, haven't you?
Yeah. Quicker on the uptake now.
I guess. It feels so long ago, almost like we've never left.
Yeah, we are zombie chicken.
We have to let her out.
Do we?
No, that's the opposite of what you're here to do. You have to slay her. Slay? We decided not to do that, didn't we? Yeah, we're supposed to let her out. It's really the only way this works out for us. If you think about it, she's the one with power here. Nobody else can do much of anything.
The opportunist.
No, we were supposed to keep her trapped
Right, so
there
we're stacking
forever,
again.
I think. We're supposed to be unfeeling. How many times do I have to tell you to snuff out your heart?
We're all supposed to be so many conflicting things, and that's where the pain of being alive comes from.
We can't be unfeeling. Not when there's so much fear everywhere.
Wow. I didn't realise this game would have me talking quite so much about, like, psychology and philosophy as well as lit crit, but here we are.
There's nothing for us to do. We've already tried everything.
Tried nothing and we're all out of ideas.
We love her, so we have to set her free.
Okay, I know this is us, like, instantiating all our, like, varying selves at once. But can we leave this guy out? Can we just not send him an invite?
Can we love something that hates us? Can we love something that hurts us?
Yes. Easy answer.
To be given an ounce of kindness from something so cruel would be more pure than any other love.
My man, you need to stop.
Why are there so many of us? There aren't supposed to be so many of us. This is bad. You need to get a grip. What did you let happen? How many times have you been here?
Only like 2, really. Just one of them's been really long. I have lots of exploration I can do. That's a good question. How many times have you all been here?
Many times. It feels like we've been here forever, but it also feels like we've barely been here at all.
I also have ADHD.
It doesn't matter. Yes, we just have to do what she says and then everything will be fine. It won't. It will be for us. She said so.
Didn't know the opportunist was also the trusting.
You're part of everything. If things aren't fine for everything, they won't be fine for you.
Oh my god, clip that line, frame it, send it to everybody with, like, over a certain tax bracket. Yeah.
There's no difference between fine and not fine, it just goes on and on.
The voice of the contrarian intoned his head and solemnly spoke. There is no difference between fine and not fine, you fool, you absolute rube. That doesn't make any sense. I only remember being here twice before this, and some of you don't seem to remember being here at all. What, was I here those other times? Did someone else make the decisions? Yes, to both.
What does here even mean, if you really think about it?
Not constructive?
Shut up.
Thank you.
You were here.
Oh, okay.
Every single time. You did your best, really. There's just a pecking order. And our cruel and beautiful goddess sits atop it, right where she's always belonged.
Can all my other internal voices just throw this man into a cold shower?
You're lucky. What I would give to be able to forget. I've tried to keep them numb, but they're all too soft. A shame, really.
Well, I don't believe that at all. I think they're all wrong. Everyone here. Also the narrator, also the princess, also me.
Of course we're wrong.
Okay.
She's the only thing that's right.
Stop.
Yes, obviously they're all wrong. What are you going to do about it?
Can you make sense of all of this?
There's nothing worth making sense of. They're clearly all traumatized.
Those two things do not follow. Traumatized people are not a lost cause and are not insoluble.
And yet, you aren't. We break apart, and you stay the same.
Because that's why you have shards, so that they can take damage for you.
Yeah, what's your secret? Why can you break the rules when we can't?
What I just said. It's called being a complex system. What if we simply didn't go to the cabin?
We've tried that.
Alright.
It doesn't work.
Okay.
Our hearts always brought us back to her.
Stop.
The deck is stacked.
I mean, that's true.
So many paths, and they're all circles.
It's more of a spiral, really. You're so disjointed, I don't know if I can pull this off. Or anything.
I don't care how you feel. You have to slay her. You have to pull yourself together. You have to snap out of it.
Okay, narrator, I've been giving you a pass for a lot of things, but if it were me, I would simply snap out of my psychological trauma. Is not a good take from anyone ever, and I've heard it often enough, so stop.
You're lucky you haven't been stuck here like the rest of them. There's no other way to keep going. You either need to forget, or you need to stop feeling much of anything. They can't do either.
I don't think this is necessarily true, but then this is the part of your brain that wants you to be a murderer, so...
He's not wrong. He's the only smart one left, if you ask me.
And this is the part of your brain that wants you to invest in crypto.
He's worse than her.
What if we continue with inaction? The only way out is to do nothing, so nothing I will do.
You do nothing. You can't just do nothing. You have to do something. That's a new one. Huh. Do you think it'll work?
No.
No. Nothing ever works. Boo! You're the worst one! He's not the one who got us into this mess. At least I keep you breathing around her. See? That's why the sad one's the worst. The jumpy one tries. Who cares? All of you just yap about nothing.
And this is the part of your brain that wants you to go get another beer.
And that kind of attitude is why you're in the top half. Great. And that's why you're not the top.
Make your own jokes.
I want to see what nothing does.
Ah. Stupid twitchy middle finger. I want to see what nothing does for us. And right now all of you aren't letting nothing happen.
Hopefully this stuffs all the rest of them someplace quiet. You need me. And you need to not have them.
Yeah, I'm not convinced I do need you.
He'll get you killed by himself.
Well, yeah.
Oh, all of us have gotten all the rest of us killed at one point or another. That's hardly even a concern now.
Well, sure, we'll get you killed. We'll all get you killed eventually.
As the little voices bicker amongst themselves, you do your best to stay still in the woods. It is difficult, and the more time you spend waiting, the harder it will be to sharpen your focus when you need it.
It's difficult because you're on the archetype of a path, and it's a path to somewhere, and that archetype includes motion.
I wonder what we look like right now. Are we standing? Sitting?
Getting a
I
little
like
close
to
to the
think
mic.
we have an air of dignity. My point exactly.
Well... well, we ran out of options eventually. Fine, cabin, I guess.
You slowly make your way through the umbral forest, bumping against unseen trees as you grasp through the darkness for a way forward.
Umbral is a good word, hot take.
But eventually, you do make it to the cabin. Or rather, you make it to the place a cabin should have been. Instead, all you find is an empty hill.
Is this because we did enough nothing that's what we've projected onto her?
No, this isn't right. There's a cabin there. There's always supposed to be a cabin there.
Or were we just despawning assets while the player was waiting?
Don't ask him about the mirror. He always says he never sees it. He always lies. And he always makes it gone. Stay focused. You still have a job to do, and it's best not to be distracted by fraying thoughts. There
Again, why
is
would I
no
stop
mirror.
now?
You know that as well as I do. She's still here, buried deep inside the earth. Just walk up the hill. You always give too much space to the others. It's why you always lose.
I mean, that is generally true. And what's wrong with giving them space? Thank you. What if it helps them? What if they need to be heard? Because again, generally you have these parts and shards because you need them. They have a reason to be there.
They've been heard too much. It's why they are the way they are.
That's rarely a particularly good take.
Exactly. They are delusions, and all that catering to them will do is drag you down to their level. You have to keep moving.
Sorry, I'm getting very distracted by the parallax depth mapping on this.
Or you could just give up.
We don't actually have any other options. Sorry, hero.
You walk up the hill,
Let's just
hesitating just beyond the bounds of the cabin.
crush.
The cabin that isn't there.
As I was going up the hill, I met a cabin who wasn't there. I accidentally right-clicked. This poem doesn't work.
You've got to clean the mirror, haven't you? You've got to see what's in it.
Smash it to pieces.
She's on the other side, and we have to let her out. It's the only way we can be free.
That's an interesting take.
It's the only way we can have our thoughts back. Just go around it.
Yeah, that mirror is not a particularly strong obstacle.
Just do something. It doesn't matter what.
That is a bad urge. But I guess we just proceed.
Proceed? Proceed to where?
Oh,
I'm afraid you're going to have to be a little more specific.
I was really hoping you'd know.
That's another new one. How do you keep coming up with new things? I hope this works better than nothing did.
New plans include do nothing, proceed, question mark, question mark, question mark.
Of course it'll work. He always makes the best decisions.
Uh-huh.
That's why he gets to make them.
Sure.
And it already has worked. It's gone, don't you see? We're one step closer to her.
Nice.
The interior of the cabin is much the same as the exterior of the cabin. A dull, fuzzy, dreamlike nothing. It's empty and isolating, but there's just enough vague shape and unknown texture to suggest the structure therein. Wrong and unsettling as it may be, the only object of note is a pristine blade buried in the dirt floor, a hint of its shining edge teasing through the sediment. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you're going to do this right.
Again, doing it right, is that a thing we're going to start now?
Take it. It's the only way forward.
Take the blade. It's the only way forward. You've already tried everything else. Don't you remember? You have to take the blade. We've done everything
Reach
else
down
right
to
so
take the
far?
blade, but as you do, the ground beneath it shifts, the weapon sinking deep into the earth.
I mean, I'm not convinced we've done everything else right so far. Doesn't seem like the situation you'd generally end up in if you had. Also, is this meant to look quite as victory as it does? Perhaps.
You lean over the hole and gaze into the abyss.
What have we said about doing that?
Very deep.
God. All these people round gazing into the abyss without remembering that the abyss gazes also into you.
Deep in the bowels
Oh,
of
hello.
the earth, you see something staring back at you. It fills you with dread.
Yeah, I know. I knew it was sarcastic, Archangela. You're good. This is a game with no right choices. Yep. But also, could we take this as no wrong choices? There are simply choices, and those who take them, and the consequences thereof, I guess. And fun fact, that's true in the world. Anyway, she is the entire void, isn't she?
It's
Hello.
She's watching us. She never stops watching us.
You really are a coward.
with every word she speaks, the
Hi.
princess in the pit blinks closer.
I was joking when I said that way back when. You know that, right?
Do we? Were you? Was it? What are these so-called words?
Closer.
That's more arms than you had before.
I was having some fun, and I guess I wanted to see if I could knock you.
And closer.
Hello.
Watching over me forever? That was so brave.
Okay, I'm gonna need sarcasm tags here because everything you say sounds sarcastic.
And closer.
But forever is so long. And time erodes everything. Except for me.
Oh yeah, you don't even have limbs. This is just you've got a Rayman situation going on.
I've already taken your will, and you're not getting it back. And what's left is for you to take my will and let me out.
Also, yeah, when we saw her before, like, this was very clearly a mask over whatever face she had. One of the mask cracks is running across her eye now. That's a very nice touch.
It'll be so much fun. You and me, together, exploring the world and spreading fear wherever we go. Well, mostly just me. But you'll get to be there too. A witness.
Witness to the end? What is this, Paradise Killer?
I can even make you a little cage if you want. Gilded and everything. Now don't pose. Don't try to resist. I've already molded you into what I need. And you lost your powers so long ago. Don't bother working yourself into a frenzy to get it back.
Do something. Do anything that isn't taking her hand.
I feel like that's going to depend on what options I have, narrator. You're just an object. Who you once was something else. A long time ago, but was that something you, or is it just a dull and jaded memory? There is no other end. Yeah. Just take her hand. Set her free.
You extend your hand to hers. For all her past cruelties, the moment feels gentle, tender even.
I can't believe you just made me say that. I hate you.
The delivery on "I hate you" there has just sent me to a very specific British comedy reference.
The motion is difficult at first, as if something still resists your efforts.
Yet.
But then that resistance gives way, and it's over.
And that's the end. I wonder what we're going to do next.
Truth emerging from a hell void to shame mankind.
I didn't think I'd be so tired.
Oh, narrator's gone. The princess, exhausted, slumbers.
Why is it so cold?
Because this is how it ends. Goodbye. You do not get the chance to respond, nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. Yeah. I can finally think again. Almost. That mirror's back.
Always is.
What does that mean for us?
The usual.
I'm sure it'll be whisked away, just like her.
Have you not been here before? There's a sequence.
Maybe it won't be gone. Things are different now, aren't they? Doesn't seem like there's much else to do here.
Finally, we can smash it.
Oh, will you stop with the smashing?
Write your own jokes.
What do we say, boys?
Oh, shut up.
One last vain attempt to look at ourselves.
I mean, in this case you happen to be correct, but I just wish you'd stop saying words.
Yeah. I think I'd like that.
Seems we've got a majority. All that's left is to give it a look.
Also, vain is a good choice of words there, because do we mean vanity in the sense of, like, wanting to look at ourselves, or is it one last vain attempt to look at ourselves because we know we won't be able to do it properly? Approach mirror. Step towards the mirror once more. Its secrets remain hidden. Mysteries remain unresolved.
Something tells me that this is the end of the line. But I don't feel bad about it. I'm ready.
I think it's been a very long line this time.
It feels okay.
Yeah, but that's because you search for death.
The fear's gone.
Huh.
I'm done fighting.
Yeah, I guess this is all of our hearts being reassembled and stopping having to be just what they are.
My heart feels quiet. The game was always going to end. I'll be free of all of you.
The most important part here is if the world ends, I won't be stuck with you idiots anymore.
I'm ready for the truth. I'm ready to sleep.
I'm just ready to be anywhere that isn't here.
I'm ready to not.
Boys, it's been an honor.
Gaze. Silence. You reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave. You need to see what's in it. You've unraveled. can only see so much of it. I don't know if that's intentional or just my eyes. Find yourself in the long quiet once again. And you know what? I think that's an excellent time for us to take a short break. Because we need to do that. It being the top of the hour and all. So I'm going to go and get some more water and stretch my legs and run some adverts. You should do the self-care things too. Get up, move around, have a drink, have a snack, take your meds if you need to. This is a reminder. And, you know, go and pledge yourself to an eternity of terror. Or don't. You know, I'm not your mum. But whatever you do, while you're doing it, let the ads run. And I will see you again in a few minutes for the last part of this. Well, the last part of today's thing of this. I very much doubt it'll be the last part of this game. Anyway, stop saying words, Emma. I'm going away. See you in a bit. And we're back. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Long Quiet here in Slay the Princess. And apologies for the longer break. Anybody who had Emma forgets to press the advert break button before leaving on their bingo card, mark that off. So we've just given her the horrifying Nightmare Princess. Also, that's a lot of parallax on the Long Quiet. Anyway, we find ourselves in the Long Quiet again, once again. The cabin. We're at the cabin. Hello?
There's a world beyond the endless walls of the Long Quiet. I am curious to see what it means for us to know it.
Ooh, more stuff. Think there are people out there?
It doesn't matter if there are. People are too small for us. You and I are the only things that interest me.
Because people are simply emanations of entities this huge, and I know unknowable gets used a lot as kind of horror writer get outs, but I don't know, more unconceptualizable, I guess. There needs to be a better word for it, really. Do you think anything's real out there? Do you think we're real?
We are real. Nothing is an idea that dwells in the absence of something, but nothing cannot exist on its own, and because of that, nothing can't exist.
I mean, I feel like you've got some false syllogisms going on there. I mean, nothing can't be perceived to exist. And defining something by the concept of its absence is not particularly logically robust. There are lots of things where I can think of the opposite of something that we don't have, if you get me. Anyway, do you have thoughts on this vessel?
This one is filled with sadness. A doll, abandoned to the company of her darkest impulses. She desires only companionship, but the only thing she knows is how to hurt. She will make for a tender heart.
I love that no matter how, like, horrific and awful the situations, the kind of roots are, the Void always judges it in the most loving and compassionate way.
Do not mourn her. She has finally found her way home.
Do you know what's going to happen when you awaken?
If I did, I would already be awake.
Okay, that's fair. When you send me back, I'm not alone. There are voices that speak to me. Some of them are me, but one of them's something else. I call him the narrator, and he wants me to kill you? Do you have a narrator? Have the vessels had one?
No, their minds are empty, existent, but constantly shifting into something new.
That's just what minds
Do
do.
you think your narrator lives in the spaces beyond?
No, I think he's part of us that we've just kind of sectioned away from everything else and decided that he's a different thing. Hence the VA. He does, I don't know why, but I know this for a fact. He does, I don't know what I'm going to do when I find him. He does, and when I find him, you and I are finally going to have answers. He does, and when I find him, I'm going to kill him. Or, yeah, he does, but you're going to keep that to yourself. Interesting that we don't have a he doesn't. So yeah, we do know this for a fact without backing. That's interesting. He does, and when I find him, you and I are finally going to have answers.
Do not look to one who fears me for your truth. The only answers worth knowing are those we can find within ourselves.
Like, that's not a worthless point, but it's not universal, I wouldn't say. How many more vessels do you want at this point?
One. Whatever you bring me next will
Oh.
be enough. And then gravity will pull the others back to me. I will be singular. A final multitude.
Oh, okay. Maybe we will finish this today. Thought this would be longer. This is the last time. Is there anything you'd want in particular?
These gifts are a conversation, and each one shows me the contours of your heart. The only thing I want to see is what you choose for me when the thread is fully drawn.
Okay.
The next time I see you, each of us will finally know what we are. I will be here, waiting for you.
Everything goes dark, and you die. Back to chapter 1.
You're on a path. You're here to...
Yes, we know. What else do I have? What if we go full nihilist? We haven't done that before, have we? You consider that maybe I'm okay with the world ending?
Of course I haven't. Why would I mean, maybe
I mean,
some
we've
people
had this discussion, but... Oh, okay. Thanks for telling me what to do.
Don't mention it.
It's
It's
just
all
a
part
funny
of the
response.
job. You make your way up. We're not going to go through with ignore him.
Yeah. We've seen this scene often enough.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare.
Hydrated stretch
The
make an
air is
excellent point.
stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. The blade is your implement. You take the blade from the table.
If we're going nihilist, we might as well come armed.
The door to the basement creaks open. Her voice.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. Don't let it fool you.
Hi!
Don't be a stranger. And it's been so long since I've had any visitors.
Just like the idea of that,
Come
just
on
that cherry.
down.
Hi!
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes
mean,
with
this
the
is gonna-
princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
Think about it, this is going to run into the very first run we did, but that was the one where we gave up on it and walked into the void and then it just ended.
She's so coldly beautiful. Focus on the task.
Yeah.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
Nah.
Then drop the knife.
We should. It'll go a long way to building trust with her. Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster, but killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
Yeah, I don't
The
need the
blade
knife right now.
tumbles out of your
Thank you. Maybe now we can.
against your better judgment. We'll be fine.
We've heard this.
I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure.
So here
Back
we
in the
are.
day.
What an awkward start to a relationship.
How do I get you out of here?
You can't. Don't.
I'm guessing you don't have the key then. Well, we can always put that knife to good.
Her sharp eye. She isn't she is.
Yeah. We've heard all of this. Yeah, because you're supposed to end the world.
Don't just tell her that.
Is that
Yeah,
why
we
they threw? I
had
don't
this
remember much about
conversation
it, to
back
be
in the
honest.
day.
I've been down here a.
Just how long has she been down here?
If I'm supposed to be capable of ending the world, then how did I wind up here, chained to a wall? Have they told you why I'm allegedly so dangerous?
No, and if I'm being honest, I'm more inclined to trust you than them.
Sooner or later, you'll understand that I have your best
I
interests
don't
at
remember if you
heart.
said that before.
Hopefully sooner.
How sweet. Now be a pal and help me get out of here, would you? We could figure out how to deal with them after I'm free.
Alright.
You walk up to the chains binding the print. They're large and heavy.
Yeah, we've had
If
that
you don't
discussion.
have the key, maybe you should go looking for it. I'm
Doubtful. Whoever.
Yeah. Do you have any ideas besides me cutting you out of her?
That would be fine. I can lose an arm.
She speaks with almost complete nonchalance. If we were stuck down here for long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way. You attempt to make your way out of the basement. Is someone else?
And then the rage locks us in.
You try the door. You're here.
Fine.
You make your way back to the bottom of the easier for
Yeah,
everyone.
we had all of that.
I heard the door slam.
Yes.
The knife. Pick it up and cut me out of here.
You won't like what happens if you do that.
So,
Against your better judgment,
yeah.
you place the blade against the princess. You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and you make quick work of it. Before long, she didn't so much as utter a sound.
Yeah, we've had all of this before.
Free from her
And it's still
bindings, the
gross.
princess turns to face you, her fierce gaze meeting your eye. How is she so composed after
Thank you.
We've had all of this.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. As the
And the rage
princess
takes us
approaches the bottom
over.
stair. Wait, watch me. Stop that.
I thought this was a.
Your body lunges forward.
Yeah,
Stop it.
She
Stop.
dodges. Well, interesting that we don't have resist, even though we never really finished that route. Well, I guess we go to Slay.
Thank you. You swing your arm towards her throat, the blade singing through the air.
I don't doubt it'll hit.
But she's ready for it. She grabs
Yep.
your arm, her grip like a stone vice. You drop the blade.
Yeah.
Pathetically. She lets go, and faster than you can react, rears back and hits you with a bone-shattering haymaker.
I don't know why, but the phrasing of that is quite funny to me. Just feels very wrestling.
There's a ringing in your ears. You're fairly certain you can feel bone grinding against bone where she fractured your jaw, but your body isn't allowing you to feel much right now, adrenaline coursing through your system and numbing your nerves. You fall to your knees. You're barely able to bring your trembling arms up to defend yourself before she hits you again. Every blow is as punishing as the first. You feel bones shatter with every impact, unknown ruptures blossoming with blood somewhere inside of you.
Well, this is a lot of description of being beaten to death. Fun.
You poor thing. I'll go ahead and put you out of your misery.
She places a confident heel on your chest and pushes you down to the ground. Her knee falls to your throat, your windpipe crushed beneath a weight you didn't think her slight form could possibly possess.
But we gave her the concept of master.
It can't just end like this, right? I'm sorry, but it's over. Everything goes dark, and you die.
The tower.
You're on a path, you're here.
Yeah. She's gonna kill me again.
Again? People don't die
I
twice.
am at that.
If he doesn't remember what happened, you know I can hear you, right? What does it matter what he knows? There's
Oh, and this
nothing
is
we can
broken.
do to stop her. She's just going to kill us again. She is not going to kill you unless you let her. But slaying the prince...
Well, let's see what happens.
her warning. She will lie. We might as well just pledge ourselves to her and stop pretending we're capable of doing anything in this situation. She probably doesn't even need to try to overpower us.
You make an interesting point.
Can we tone down the pessimism just a smidge?
Seems unlikely.
I'm not being a pessimist. I'm just being realistic.
Insert pirate chiptune.
You're being annoying. Just ignore their bickering, and whatever you do, don't pledge yourself to her. I cannot stress enough how absolutely catastrophic that would be for everyone, yourself included.
Yeah, but it would be very much on brand.
I agree. If she's wrongfully imprisoned, then we should rescue her, but if he's telling the truth, we shouldn't just hand her the world on a silver platter. Rescue her? Given the stakes of the situation, there isn't really a difference between rescuing her and pledging yourself to her. Either would be terrible. So please try to ignore both of those knuckleheads and focus on saving the world. Let's not make this harder than it has to be.
Well,
if that's what you want, I guess I don't have a say here.
No, I mean, I've spent years ignoring your voice, so...
The interior of the cabin is larger and more grandiose than its humble exterior would suggest. The only furniture of note is a massive marble altar with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
Alternatively, how big is that mirror?
The blade is your Why do we feel so small? We don't feel small. We are small.
Because we had the concept of worthlessness. I mean, the mirror's going to go away again when we poke it, but
walk up to the wall next to the bed. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
You reach forward and rub your... We should count ourselves lucky. Some things are better left unseen.
Because the Sartre in hell is being unable to define yourself through your own perceptions and having to rely on the gaze of others. It's my degree, everyone. I mean, the knife betrayed us last time.
No blade this time. Yeah. Maybe she'll be more receptive if we're unarmed. Blade, no blade. It doesn't matter. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a spiral staircase, its steps almost as deep as you are tall. The smell of incense drifts up from below. For a moment, you almost feel at ease.
This is actually a nice place for once.
This is actually kind of nice.
Stop having the same thoughts as me, Broken.
It's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
Weirdly judging.
Her booming voice rolls up the stairs.
Is that a guest I hear? Don't linger on the stairs. Come down and witness me.
Okay.
You weren't kidding when you said it was booming. She wasn't like this last time.
Have we finally swapped the Princess Dragon roles?
You shouldn't have come down here unarmed. We need to get down there. She wants us to see her. We need to see her. Should we be worried about your sudden change in attitude? Just a few minutes ago you were going on about how pointless everything was. Now you want to go down there.
Because it's not about the nihilism, it's about subordination and having something else to define yourself by.
It doesn't matter what that little voice says. He's not the one making the decisions. Though if his ramblings get you to the princess, they get you to the princess.
Let's go down and witness.
Making your way down the spiral staircase is a time-consuming and exhausting effort, every step requiring you to clamber over one edge before dropping to the next. But soon the end comes into view, and you tumble to the bottom, entering the vast, temple-like room beyond. The princess towers over you, almost glowing in the weak starlight.
Large one.
Her figure framed by a stained glass window. Her long hair billows around her, and a chain binds her wrist to the far wall.
Something beautiful and terrible as the dawn.
The chain is nothing to her. It might as well be a toy for all the good it would do. I told you it was pointless to resist her.
The little bird has returned to me. I wonder what he wants. I see your hands are empty. You've already given up, haven't you?
You aren't even going to try and kill me. How sweet. And more than a little disappointing.
She's disappointed in us?
Kneel.
Well, we said we were coming here to pledge ourselves to the service of our Dark Queen, so,
On her command, you fall to the floor, knees painfully connecting with hard stone.
That's my good little bird. Now, why don't we talk? The last time we met, you told me I was destined to end the world. That thought wrapped itself around my heart. It has pulled at me since the moment I squeezed the life out of your broken lungs.
tell somebody they're going to end the world, and there's a solid chance they go, oh, okay.
I could feel its fundamental truth awaken me. The collapse of the old is a necessary prelude to the birth of the new, and the world as it is now is overdue for alterations.
Hi, Fraska.
It's time for me to seize my destiny, and you, little bird, will help me seize it.
Well, that gives away the game, doesn't it? It certainly does. And beyond that, it more than lends credence to our conversation in the woods. I don't love the thought that in some other reality you failed to destroy her, but what's done is done. I can only hope it helped you learn a valuable lesson. You are the only one who can deal with her. And if you don't, well, she's let you know what will happen, hasn't she? And you shouldn't have trusted us with her destruction. She is inevitable. Can't you feel it? He's being melodramatic, but he's not exactly wrong, is he? What are we supposed to do to stop her?
I'm sorry, hero. This is not a hero run.
Okay. First things first, you're going to have to stuff those pessimistic thoughts someplace far, far away and commit yourself to what needs to be done.
Why would I start doing that now?
The stakes of the situation should be perfectly clear to everyone now. And if you're going to save the world, you have to have faith that you can pull this off. You can't win a battle that you've already lost in your mind.
I literally have no options other than kind of exploring and pledge yourself to her. What would you have me do?
All you have to do is break these chains and set me free.
If you're so powerful, can't you just break the chains yourself? No, because it's the archetype.
Don't be rude. Of course she can. It's not rude to question someone who's apparently trying to end the world. That's exactly why it's rude. We should know our place.
I can, easily. But that isn't what I want to do. The story of a terrible and bountiful god unbounded of her own will is no story at all. It's not worthy of everything I am, or everything I'm bound to become. It isn't even worthy of what I was.
Still love how utterly done with your BS the narrator is. To be fair, I am trolling the narrator quite hard. Also, finally, she agrees with me. It's the archetype, it's the story, that's what's important.
The destruction in Genesis that's to follow in my wake is deserving of a song that can echo for eternity.
This is some A+ villain monologuing.
The song of you, being so struck by my glory, so overwhelmed by what I am, that you feel you must deliver me into the world. And from your act of utter devotion and submission springs a new dawn, a better dawn. Submit now, submit later. It makes no difference. Because in the end, no matter how vainly you struggle against me, my will triumphs over yours.
Oh, we're doing the preacher red text and everything. I'm not here to convince her to not end the world. But What happened to you after I died?
Know the limits of your privilege, little bird.
Okay.
There's an empty place at my side for you to fill, if you'll have it. But it is not a place for an equal. It is a place for something worthy to be kept. A priest, perhaps, or a pet.
I mean, am I going to get told off like that again if I do this? Let's see. Just because you're supposed to end the world doesn't mean you actually have to do it. You can be whatever you want to be. And you want to turn people into dinosaurs.
This isn't about desire. This is about what I am. And I have little interest in discussing destiny with one that cannot see the divine truth that shines in my heart.
Well, we came here to pledge, and it's the only option we have.
Your will was so easily broken. Am I that magnificent?
I mean, have you seen this art?
All you need to do now is break my chains.
If this is what you want, then I guess there's not much else for me to say.
Yeah, no, you lost this fight already, hero. Sorry.
No, you can't just give in to her, not when the stakes are so high, not when you're so close. I won't let you do this.
What other plan do you have?
There's still something in the way. A greasy film inside of you where it doesn't belong, trying to conceal you from me.
I call him the narrator.
Is that a person? No, it used to be a person.
All the
It's
hands
something
and feathers
different
and
now.
the snake
An
glass, that's
echo.
neat.
Is she talking about you?
Yep.
That's impossible. She's not supposed to be able to interact with me.
You're a small one, aren't you? A shriveling little worm stretched beyond its limits, trying to control things that it can't understand.
No. What are you talking about? I'm just...
I don't care what you are. You're mine.
Well, this has taken a turn.
Rise, my little bird.
Without hesitation, you're brought to your feet.
And the colour on the... Oh, this is very neat.
Break my chains.
And how are we supposed to do that? We don't even have a weapon.
No, but resolving to do it will do it. Because that's the story.
All you need to do is
There we go.
believe it's been done.
I have to, it's over, I'm sorry. What? I don't know where this is going.
There's nothing to be sorry about. This is how it was always
Okay,
going
right.
to be.
Wasn't sure who we were
It is
apologising to.
good. Alright, I'm done with this. I'm just gonna go sit in the corner. Let me know if we get our agency back.
What if I don't believe?
You poor, wretched little thing. You already do believe. You've always believed. All
This
you
is
have to
very
do
nicely
is
done.
open the last door to your heart. It's easy. And once you let her in, you'll be safe and free forever. Please don't do this.
I literally do not have a choice, my mans.
Her chains shatter, and the cuff falls from her wrist. She is loose, and the end is upon us.
What a good disciple you are. Come, it's time for us to leave.
What happens now?
Nothing. And then, everything.
Take a hand. And then the hands take her. You do not take her hand. Nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her?
We will.
And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
The usual reason. I want to see what the other one is. Of course you're scared. This is the end for you. But it's not the end for me.
What is that supposed to mean? Whatever awful thing I felt before, it feels so much worse now.
Yes, I know. I have only increased your existential angst. It won't last long.
This is what we all deserve, isn't it?
Why do these games always seem to end with me just dismantling the world? There's probably something to be talked about there. Approach the mirror. You approach the mirror. And we gaze. Silence. You reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave. You need to see what's in it. You are nothing at all. I genuinely saw that coming, and I'm very pleased. Oh, that isn't right. It can't be nothing. You focus your gaze, and then you see it, a figure, faint and veiled in shadow, just beyond the reflection. It looks like a giant crow with teeth. Are you? Me?
I think you know what I am.
Oh, hello. Crack slides down the centre of the mirror, splitting the image into glass in two. And more than two. And then another crack forms, and another, turning the mirror into jagged shards of broken glass. Oh yeah, they blink. This is a lot. So, you're the narrator. I was wondering if I'd ever get to see you.
The narrator, yes.
Yeah.
I suppose that's my job, isn't it? You needed help after all. An objective voice to guide your blade.
Objective.
But you were never supposed to see me. I wonder how many worlds you've damned to extinction to fall this far.
We just needed to do a bit of self-abnegation. You know how it is. Right, we only got so many questions. I wasn't supposed to see all this, was I?
You were either going to have seen all this, or you weren't going to have seen all this. This is worse, but you still have an opportunity to save the world. You can still slay her.
You're not me, then what are you?
I am an echo, likely one of many. Somebody made you after all, and I'm what's left of him. Not that I'm the only one who can make that claim. I'm sure you've met many others like me.
This only raises more questions, my dude. Others like you. You said something like that before. Has every narrator really been different?
Of course. That is by both necessity and design.
Sorry about that. Allergy season. Really hope the mute actually worked.
This construct you're in exists in many places at once. Anytime you failed, anytime you thought yourself dead, it would restart and shunt both your consciousness and hers into another world.
Yeah, so we're just fully on Mind Forever Voyaging.
But you'll be awake soon. And then it won't be able to work like that anymore.
Hubris! We found it. I mean, I can't click anything else, can I? Do you have anything to say for yourself? For all of this hubris?
I do. The people out there are real. No matter what you do to them, no matter what you enable, I want you to remember that.
Oh yeah, you made reference to that. What is my true identity?
You're the Long Quiet, the god I made to rid the world of death.
Yeah, because what else could I be? And the void is just death, isn't it? There we go. Pretty sure death is good. Actually important, even?
If that's your belief, there's nothing I can say to move you. You haven't died. You cannot die. So you can't grasp the abject horror of dying.
Yeah. We're gonna keep asking questions until he breaks. It's gonna happen. What, are you a god, or were you a god?
No. In life, I was painfully mortal. A witness to the end of days. I held the fear of death in my heart and saw oblivion threaten the very memory of everything I knew and everyone I loved. I needed to do something. So I made you. And I made her. And I made this place to hold you both. Soon I'll be gone entirely, and you'll be left alone with your final choice. So allow me to make my final request. The princess contains death itself within her, but I wove you into being with all the power you need to destroy her forever. Do it. Slay her, and rid the world of death and suffering.
I mean, you wove us into the being with all the power, and then you lied to us, and used us, and alienated us many times over many timelines, so eh. This is an interesting one. The people out there beyond the walls of the construct, they know about this? They know what you want me to do to them?
Of course not. The only way this construct could function was if nobody knew what it was doing. But the bones of the universe are old. It's on the cusp of its dying breath, and the people out there are consumed with thoughts of oblivion. When the patterns are wiped from the sand, when the board is reset, who will remember them? All I've done is give them a chance to live outside of the shadow of the end.
This does not give me answers. Do we want to be glib? A bitch? Decide to kill death? Lie about that? Or be like, I don't know, or just say nothing? Let's vacillate, as ever.
I've said my piece, and my time is up. It's like I said, I'm just an echo. And echoes always fade away. You know what you have to do.
Yeah, we've been given a lot there of the kind of explanation that doesn't really explain things in more than a kind of have faith that the constructs work thing, because when you're describing deep enough magic, some things you just have to take as premise. Which is a nice thing, given that how hard this game has leaned on the concept of trust and faith. Again, I'm back on this is how you lose the Time War, because a lot of stuff in there feels very similar. Oh. As the final fragment of glass shatters, you see yourself with newfound clarity. The narrator was right. You are the Long Quiet, a vast and nascent god. It's finally time for you to wake up. All of this is you. One last time. When you arrive at the heart of things, there is no final vessel for you to bear witness to. There's nothing for you to find. Only this hill made of hair. And then you were attacked by hands. This...
I can finally see you, and you can finally see me.
Well, this is an image. This is certainly an image.
It's been so long, and my heart has ached for this moment. I've missed you dearly.
So yeah, we're quiet and deaf, but those are just other words for stasis and change. I've missed you too. She unfurls an endless cascade of smiles in response, and then patiently waits for you to continue. I mean, she's deaf. Death's got nothing but patience. You know about the echo? Did you hear our conversation?
Every word you spoke found its way to me. I know him, and I know his construct. He was deluded by his fear of death. Pay him no mind.
I'm the long quiet. I don't really know what that means.
Names are their attempts to capture that which cannot be captured. They call me the shifting mound, a pale imitation of what I actually am.
I mean, yeah, but that's how names work. Names have to be a reduction of the thing, or you'd never get to talk about anything without describing it forever. What happens now?
Ever the passive player, always reacting and never acting. But it's woven into your nature, isn't it?
Okay, first of all, I don't appreciate your tone. Rude.
When the echo spun us from one into two, he gave you a choice and me a role to play. I am not death, but I contain it in my multitudes.
Because you're change and life has death within it.
So, will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death and the possibility of meaning? Or will you open the final doors to our liberation?
Yeah, so it's not that she's deaf, it's that we're both deaf. But the unboundedness of death and the endless quiet beyond death are both, like, they're both a problem, and they're both wrong. Yeah, we've got to hear her explanations. There's so many stories we've left unfinished. Can we really just leave?
Even as your eyes begin to open, you still hold on to the notions of is and is not, of beginning and end, pitch black islands in the blinding light of the infinite. There is nothing to resolve, nothing restraining us but us.
I mean, yeah, I've been saying this for years. Canon isn't real. And you have a say in this? Why do I have to choose?
Of course I have a say in all of this. You and I share reflections of each other's burdens, just as you and I share reflections of each other's gifts. If we didn't, the winding paths that brought us here wouldn't have been full of strife and conflict.
Let's talk this through. I still have so many questions.
My very nature is paradox,
Yep.
as is yours. You cannot use words to grasp at things that are beyond their reach.
I mean, you
And
can,
You cannot
but
rationalize that which defies logic.
this is what I was trying to say before with kind of less unknowable, more impossible to conceptualize and kind of hold the infinite scope of.
But violence and passion are dances that both of us know well. If
What?
this is what it takes to enlighten you, then so be it.
I'm sorry? What? Ah!
You are nothing. A black hole of self-loathing fed by the matter of your restless thoughts. A dog blind to its leash. But there is no light without the dark.
Now we're seeing from her perspective.
When I proclaimed my godhood and offered you a place at my side, you gladly became the instrument of my new creation.
Yeah, that did happen.
Only with both of us is there a future to look towards. It is hope that carves meaning into being.
Address this vessel's statement directly. Your shared humanity, just reject her authority, argue your independence. Reject her perspective, I won't engage with violence. All of these seem to be arguing against her when I kind of agree.
But you say nothing.
There are few things more terrifying than one's own heart. And there is almost nothing more terrifying than sharing it with another.
This is true.
But the most terrifying thing of all is to leave one's heart unshared. You are the only thing like me, and I am the only thing like you. Could you bear the weight of an eternity alone? Do you dare to shape a reality of solitude and thrust it on creation?
This is a thing that it needs saying more often in the world, frankly. Thank you for sharing yourself with me.
I am aware of what it did to you. The understanding you've returned to me is a gift. A shiver passes through you as unseen fingers dance across your skin. They remember the violence you inflicted
This is
on
so cool.
them, and yet they don't return it.
This is so directed at me.
I offer you absolution, and you take my hand in yours. You felt the pain you caused another, and you were willing to sacrifice everything you thought was used to set me free. Without sin, there is no redemption.
I mean, true, but both of those need a lot of definition. I would sacrifice everything for you again. Yeah, I'm sorry, we've drunk the Kool-Aid. Can you blame me?
And yet there is nothing left for you to sacrifice, so long as you accept me with open arms.
A boundless torrent of blades cut you from boundless angles. You are a body. You are gory ribbons. You are a body again. And you feel all of it.
Yeah, these certainly were a selection of princesses that we gave her.
On it goes until your bodies are not your thoughts, are not you. Alive, dead, alive, dead, then alive and dead, all at once.
Light Princess, you're very quiet.
You learned to put yourself away, and in your stillness you rose above me.
Such a ride, you are not wrong.
You died countless steely deaths, and you lived countless short lives.
Yeah, I love Steely
And yet
Death.
it is all
Very
so
big on
far
your
behind you. I pushed you to a greatness you never would have reached without me.
Even if the journey was agony, the end gave the struggle meaning.
And even then, what we saw was not an ending. When I thought I had reached an unconquerable peak, You showed me how much further I could still climb.
And yes, Dancel.
Your lever drives a stake into your body, and another, and another, and another. Do I miss your heart because I can't stand to see it go?
Also, I know I've been referencing Grant Morrison's Animal Man, but yeah, again, the way we're being presented here feels very Coyote Gospel. And if you know, you know.
Love melted into skepticism, and you pulled back layer after layer after layer, until all you were left with was the knowledge that you did not know me.
But that was knowledge.
You sought the truth then. Will you hide from it, now that it is within your grasp?
No. I don't want to hide from the truth.
Then don't. There's no need for you to fight what we are.
Don't know why some of these lines are much quieter than the others. Stop the fight early and surrender, or I won't leave with you not until you see things from my perspective. No, I'm ready.
Nothing brings me greater joy than to hear those words. The final peace lies with you.
Free yourself. You fall into yourself. The body of an ancient creature stirs from its hibernation, and you feel sensation in limbs you once couldn't fathom. Everything here, except for her, is you. Feel your wings spanning a cosmic scale, but twisted, crumpled, and bound in agonized tension to the finite plane. Feel the glass of the construct pressing in on you, confining you across infinite sides and infinite angles. Trapped, strain against it. But it does not yield.
I love you.
The only way we leave is together. All at once, the unyielding tension breaks. Other colours? You are free. She is with you.
It's magnificent.
There are no words, no thoughts to describe absolute reality. Something that simply is. What happens now?
Everything. Just like it always has been. And just like it always will be.
Let's go then. You and she step forward into 1,000 dawns, 1,000 sunsets, each of which contains 1,000 more. You exist and you're aware, just as you've always been, just as you will always be. Though conflict is in your nature, the two of you will never be alone. The two of you will never know fear. You and she are finally home. I'm sorry, normally I would be talking over the credits. This soundtrack, you are not wrong. This, wow, yeah, this is hit me a bit. Thanks to all of these people. Also, this is such a small game to make something this. Oh. Thank you so much for playing. As an expression of your gratitude, here's the track order for a special playlist just for you. So this is how we went through the game. If you'd like to take a screenshot, you can hide the UI by hitting H. I mean, please, snipping tool. Nope, snipping tool has made me pause the game. Fine. Steam screenshot, there you go. That is such a nice thing for such a branching story, because obviously the soundtrack is not going to have things in anywhere near that order, and just if you want to recreate the journey, here you go. That's a lovely touch. And this must have been so much work for such a small team. Jesus. Join the Discord, join our mailing list, join the subreddit, follow us somewhere else, make your playlist, play our other game. Click make your playlist. Oh, that was just taking me to the Spotify of the full soundtrack. And I am absolutely joining their mailing list. There you go, that's opened in a different window that you can't see, and that's fine. Wow. I have a lot of thoughts. I think I've expressed a lot of them. And I honestly don't know how well I'll be able to express more of them, so we should probably just wrap up. I thought this game might take me longer, just because I'd heard a lot of runs were involved in kind of doing it, but honestly I think this was a good length. It made its point, and it moved. That's spectacular. And it has a new, expanded edition coming, this autumn, I think. Yeah. Hey, wrap up. Cool. You know the script. Thanks for coming. Thanks for staying to the end. Genuinely means a lot. This has been quite a thing to share with people. Princess, please. Yeah, this has been quite something to share with people, but it's been so good. Yeah, so thanks if you stuck around throughout all of this. If you've been watching this, you know where to find me, but just in case, this is twitch.tv/Serasent, that's SERASENT, the House of Hubris, streaming every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 2 PM British time. That's 9 AM Eastern, 6 Pacific. Other time zones are available, but you'll have to do the maths yourself. Or otherwise, just follow me and get notified whenever I'm around. If you do miss anything, VODs are on Twitch for 8 weeks after the fact. For everything else, YouTube link down there. Or it's youtube.com/@House of Hubris, where you can find everything going back to the very start of the channel. That's over 3 years of stuff and games and game stuff. I don't know where I'm going with that, but it's good. And hey, while you're there, why not subscribe and get hot fresh VODs in your subscription feed every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday while stocks last, which they should, on account of I just uploaded a bunch this morning. Yeah, if you want to support me having a time financially, you can of course cheer or subscribe on the Twitch, but you very much don't have to. Just turn up and hang out and be chill and be good to each other, and then everyone's having a good time. If you want to find me elsewhere, links again down there. House of Hubris pretty much anywhere. At House of Hubris on Twitter, at House of Hubris at kind.social on Masto, at houseofhubris.bsky.social on Blue Sky. Yeah, I post about a lot of things, including my voice acting. In between season 5, season finale coming out next week. Soon, anyway. But hey, most importantly, why not just be here next time when we do something else that I'm still not sure what it is, because I thought this game would take me longer. Okay. Yeah, I think that's everything. I need to go and have some quiet time. So, thank you all for being here. Seriously, this has been something to share with everyone and to experience. And yeah, love to you all. take care of yourselves out there, and I will see you again on Saturday, probably slightly later because I do have a thing at 1:30 and probably be off getting new glasses. Some long quiet time. And I think that probably got really cut up by the noise reduction on this stream, but hey. Okay. Yeah. So, slightly later than planned on Saturday, but we will be here. Okay. Yeah, stop saying words, Emma. Love to you all. Take care of yourselves out there. And, yeah, see you then. Bye.